Welcome to my stream. Hi, Pep3D Collectibles. Hello, DJ Midnight Wolf. Hello, Epic Man 340. How are you guys? Thank you for joining my stream. How's everyone doing? Any cool prints this week from the chat? Oh, hello, Jupiter Robotics. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Perry Albert. Welcome to the stream. Hi there. Ooh, new printer. What printer did you get? Good to see everyone's printing. Greetings, everyone. Hello. Hello. Hello, K2 Kevin. Hello, Tintalon. Hello, Too Fast for Radar. Hello, Gamp Live. Hello, David's Projects. Hello, Tinkering OP. Good day, good day. Hello, Epic Man 340. About to start my stream. Ooh, is this a good printer, chat? What made you buy this one, DJ Midnight Wolf? I think the next step after me learning about printing settings and filament is to learn more about different printers. Hello, welcome, welcome. I love the cat emotes. What do you guys do when you're in a printing slump? I think that's what I'm in right now. I think all it took was for me to have my print fail like 4 different times because of my spool tangle like 2 weeks ago. So I've been too frustrated to look at my printer, and I feel like that's a problem. So I don't know what to do. There's things that I want to print, but I just can't bring myself to start printing. Does that make sense, chat? Price, and I wanted an enclosure, as wild temp swings in a few months can cause issues. That's true. It is the peak of summer. We want to save up for a Bamboo Lab A1 Mini and a P1S. Our Creality CR10 V3 has failed us. Oh, Jupiter Robotics, please tell me why it failed you guys. Yes, the spool tangle. It happened 4 times during my print, and I rage quit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think it's still tangled because I refuse to fix it because I'm so angry. I only got 1 printer. I just upgraded, guys. For those who don't know, I finally put my printer on a desk. So upgrade, I'm learning. It's no longer on my carpeted floor and no longer a fire hazard. Don't do that. Hello, Diablo Spawn. Hello, hello. But yes, spool tangling has caused me to rage quit. I read reviews online that the A1 Mini has a lot of spool tangling issues, regardless of the filament type. Filament jammed in the hot end. That's like the 1,000th problem we've had in just a matter of weeks. Ooh, I need to show you guys the glob that one of our team members just created a while, like literally today. So hopefully you can relate to that, Jupiter Robotics. I don't know. This is maybe a question for the whole chat. Whenever you go through issues like this, regardless of how big and small, does it make you guys pause on printing? I feel like right now, I for a while, I was in the habit of printing every week for maybe a month. But that one issue, that one spool tangle issue has caused me to kind of stray away from printing. But that's just one of the reasons. Polymaker has had a busy couple of weeks from all the product launches also. So I couldn't bring myself to work on 3D printing, look at filament, and then 3D print as a hobby. Does that make sense? Is that bad on my end? A1 because of the spool holder? Yes, the spool holder, I will say, I used to preach a lot about how great the A1 Mini is, but I think the dang spool holder is one of my biggest cons right now for that printer. I never had filament issues on the A1 Mini, and I print a lot with it. No AMS on that. I don't have an AMS either, but the reviews that I've read on Reddit, yeah, A1 Mini is mainly the one that has a lot of spool tangling issues. And I want to know what causes the spool tangling, guys. I only pause when I don't have the parts to fix it. Hello, Grenier, welcome. My tangling issues have been cured mostly on Sunlu and bamboo refills. But now I have a second printer, so I never pause. 24/7 printing. I don't know. I think I'm going through a really big 3D printing slump. I think because I'm working on looking at filament all day and trying to learn as much about the filament as possible that, I don't know, I don't want to look at it on my off time. Maybe that's another thing also. with all these launches, I've learned a lot about our Fiberon products, especially the PPS GF20. See how I got that right? And the PA612 ESD also. So I learned quite a bit about that. See, K2 Kevin, that's the issue. I do feed it from the bottom. I had a slump because I needed to print something to upgrade something to dry the filament for a thing I actually wanted to print. I never had any tangling, but I have an ancient sidewinder. I have 4 AMSs and 2 printers, and yes, sometimes I just have to take a break. I used to run them nonstop, like almost a year. Holy crap, oh my God. The overload. Well, it's good that you're printing a lot. I want to get back into the groove of it. The reason why, I'm sure you guys have seen Gregory's stream, the reason why he has to print so much is because he has to, for all the video content ideas that I throw at him. So he has progressed way faster than I have. For my job, I don't really have to print that much, even though they gave me a printer. I do have to learn about the filament though, but I really want to get back on that. It's cool about knowing about the material science though. So that's one aspect of my job that I really enjoy. Need a hobby from the hobby, trying to learn guitar and keyboard and trying. You know what you could do? Combine your hobby with the hobby of 3D printing and 3D print your own guitar. Perry Albert, I switch back and forth between my 3D printer and my laser engraver. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, I'm trying to find cool prints now that I got some new filament from the office, but I just can't think of what to print with it. Maybe you guys can help me. So I have this purple PLA. It's in the color purple. I have no idea what to print with it though. I grabbed it because it looked pretty. So if you guys have any ideas for me, please drop it in the chat. Because I really do like this color. The longest break I took 3D printing was when I had motherboard failure. That would do it. That'll do her. That'll do her. Considering starting an online fundraiser for bamboo printers, just got to figure out how to have donations sent via Cash App. Would anybody consider donating? Ooh, I feel like if you drop that in our Discord and state your case, maybe you'll get some people. I would like to find a clear PLA filament. Ooh, what would you print with the clear PLA? Another reason I stopped printing Diablo Spawn. Honestly, I think I got burnt out with the Pochita, if I'm gonna be honest. But hear me out. I did steal a spool of New Orange from the office. That's PLA this time, and I'm hoping to start the Pochita back up. I just need to find the courage to print all the parts in one go this time. And this one is in pearlescent orange, so I think this will have a really fun finish. See how it's written in Sharpie. But yeah, I think this is definitely something I definitely want to use the Pochita for again. I just have to find the courage to start printing. If you search MakerWorld for A1 mini cable and filament guide, this is highly recommended. I don't use stock filament guide anymore. I sometimes use the stock filament holder, but most of the time I print from a Sunlu dryer box. Ooh. Print petals on fabric and sew it into a hoodie. I have seen that on TikTok, actually. Yeah, I actually gave away my Polysonic. It enraged me so much that I gave it away. My friends love my job because if I don't like the filament, I just give it to them. The thing is, I have a lot of friends who just got into 3D printing, which I think is a really cool way to look at it from someone who works in 3D printing. You know, since I'm always in this little bubble of my job and, you know, talking to community members like you guys, I always find it really fun to hear how, you know, non-hobbyists get into it. And the reasons are always really just casual, just because they've seen 3D printing and they found out that it was actually really affordable. I have a friend who just bought a printer. I believe he got an Ender and he has to calibrate it. And he actually printed his first Benchy with that Polylight that I gave him. And it worked out pretty well for him. I have another friend who she started 3D printing because she found out that I got this job and she's always wanted to buy a 3D printer anyways. And it kind of pushed her into getting one. She got an a bamboo A1 with an AMS right off the bat. And she's been printing like crazy ever since. So she's been sending me all of her cool prints, and it's kind of been inspiring me to start using my printer a lot more also. I managed to convert only one person. What was your spiel to them to get into 3D printing? And hello, Pezliz. I forgot to call you out. Hello, Pezliz. Polysmooth is even better. That is true. I have yet to get a spool of Polysmooth. I've not tried PetG yet, and I haven't heard of Polysmooth. How does it compare to PLA for printability? For one, I think the texture is pretty smooth, as it says in the name. But let me go over with it, you guys, and we can learn together, actually. How much 3D printer print? How much 3D printer print if a printer could print prints? I think I'm going to start using that on our socials, because that definitely just gave me a tongue tie. So let's share Polysmooth. All right, we got Polysmooth here. A spool is $36.99 because it's on sale currently. And I think this is what it looks like after the finish. So like it says in the name, pretty smooth. Oh, this is cool. I have seen this, so I guess you have to use it with polish. As Grenier says, he had tons of problems with little things that could be fixed with printing. Also, a sale happened at convenient time. Oh, that's true. It's a good thing that people get into 3D printing when sales happen. So I think summer is peak for 3D printers or makers. Oh, no polisher required. Okay, okay. An alcohol mist. So any type of alcohol, I could just spray it. Layer adhesion looks better with Polysmooth. So would you guys say that Polysmooth is good for figurines? Maybe that's what I should print my new Pochito with. It looks like we do have orange in stock. This is actually something I would want to try. This is kind of fun. Now, chat, if I use Polysmooth and I want fuzzy skin and then I spray it with alcohol, will that change anything with the texture? Oh, what do you mean you have to avoid dust, Pezliz? What do you mean? Like during the smoothing process with the alcohol spray or just in general? Oh, it will. Please explain, Grenier. I would love to know the effects of what Polysmooth would have if I were to put it on fuzzy and then the alcohol. Oh, ask Sean, Tiffany. He did videos and so did I. I'll have to find that video. At Pezliz, is it on his Polymaker Labs channel? It sorts of melts the top layer of sorts to get that smooth look. Okay. So I guess the question for you, Grenier, is if I do fuzzy skin, what would it look like afterwards? Oh, let's look at it now. Would it be under filament guide? Hi, Jose, welcome to the stream. We're talking about Polysmooth filament right now for those who just joined. Let's look at the TDS together. Oh, probably still bumpy a bit, but may ruin the look. I see. So definitely more what it says to its name, Polysmooth. Definitely for those finer finishes, I see. The Neko is quite cute. I will say this is a great print to have the Polysmooth on. Video may be there. Oh, for print settings, here it is. At Jupiter Robotics, the printing temperature is 190 to 220 Celsius. Hope that answers your question. Being in Canada with our exchange rates, $37 works out to be almost 55 a roll. Dang. I hope you take advantage of that sale. I think I'm gonna have to tell our product team to update this picture. It's a little grainy. Oh, okay, I just thought of it. So Polysmooth, I feel like gives your print the finish of what resin printing looks like. Would you guys agree? Because this looks like a finish that you would see from a resin print without the toxins that you would have to inhale. Oh, no? But it looks so smooth. Based on these pictures too, it looks super smooth. Looks like we have some colors left in it too. Okay, I'll keep in mind Polysmooth. This actually looks like a really fun finish that I would have a lot of fun with. I guess for the chat, if I were to spray alcohol on this, would that create any fumes? Would I be breathing any toxins? I mean, resin prints I encountered aren't that smooth and shiny. Really? I actually saw some resin prints from the Creality booth when I went to Rapid this year, and it did, on my end, look pretty smooth. But please elaborate at Gamp Live. Watch my Polymaker show tonight on Twitch. Win a Polymaker giveaway. Also enter the daily giveaways on Discord, polymaker.com. Very true, very true. Yes, I recommend using a cheap small grow tent. Ooh. Sorry, chat. I'm looking up what a grow tent is. At Grenier, is this what it is? And is this what I would spray it in? So you can mist and then close up till dry. That's a good idea, to not smell in any of those toxins. I keep the smell in mostly and then dust away. For vegetables, definitely don't recommend vegetables and putting your prints in at the same time. But something small. Oop. True. No other company makes anything as nice as Polysmooth. Acetone smoothing is so toxic. That's Prusa MK3 enclosure. Oh. Dang, now that I'm looking in this, there's definitely a lot of accessories into 3D printing. Sign on and see we switch to Grow Labs. It'd be fun if we did a video about that. We put a GoPro inside of the grow tent and see. That's actually a really good idea to show off Polysmooth. I'm actually going to write that down to Greg to make content. I'm going to make him buy a grow tent. Grow tent, Polysmooth, quick video. I think that'd be cool to show a time lapse. They have one on Amazon for like 20 bucks. I'm sure if I get Greg to do it, the company will comp him for it. So I will definitely push this idea onto Greg. You can just spray in an open airspace and not have dust nearby. A Greg tent. Hello, GTR Dad. Time lapse for Polysmooth would not quite work. Oh, please explain why, Pezliz. Would a time lapse not be fun to look at for the Polysmooth, I guess, processing of the smooth? I would love to hear why. This is why they make me stream. I'm learning so much from you guys. And I actually am retaining all of this information for one. I hope you guys know that. When I do all of these like email campaigns and just working on the different product launches, I'm looking at the TDS files and all the print settings like pretty often. So I'm actually retaining a lot of information, like I said earlier, about our different products. Like Silk PLA, I'm learning a lot about that. That's kind of a teaser of what's coming up next, guys. Also consider many grow tents are designed to add some nice ventilation for printing. ABS ASA inside house with proper exhaust fans. You don't really see it happening and you have to move it too much unless you get a glare-free view in the polisher. I do not think you would capture the change without being right up, practically touching it, and then the alcohol mist would get all over the camera lens. Dang. I want to show like, I definitely want to show like a before and after of the Poly Smooth. I guess for Grenier and Pezlas, how fast does the smoothing process happen after you spray it with alcohol? Hello, Peekaboo, welcome. We're talking about Poly Smooth. But remember, Bamboo does not recommend enclosure for the A1 and A1 Mini. I don't even think I have room to put an enclosure in pretty quick. If not like a time lapse, I think it'd be cool just to show on camera the process of spraying it and then how fast it'll take for it to look smooth. I think that'd be a fun way to show off the finish. What do you guys suggest? We have the Poly Smooth Masters in here. How do you guys suggest showing off the Poly Smooth finish? It takes spraying sessions to be careful. I get coverage, not about speed. Oh, it's sessions. I see. Maybe a fun video would be how many spray, like, you know, those Tootsie Roll videos, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll or whatever? Tootsie Pop. I think that'd be a fun way. What do you guys think? Hi, Jeannie, welcome. 3D printing and speed need a divorce unless you are prototyping. Can you use vapors or would it be too slow? That's a good question too. I'm definitely interested about this Polysmooth stuff now. How many sprays does it take to get to the... See, I think this would be a really fun idea, wouldn't it be, Grenier? Please let me know. Do you think this would be a good content to show off Polysmooth? And I think another good question was, how do you stop it after it is done? Polisher is a device that missed the alcohol, but it is an investment. I think I'd rather just get a spray bottle of alcohol and just spritz. If you can vapor smooth, you could time lapse. But that would cost more money, wouldn't it? Pezlas has some really good pics for before and after. I think the trend these days on social media is like these short form videos. So I definitely want to do something fun with that. You guys must know I am putting Gregory to work. Must be a super fine sprayer. Okay. Writing this down to give to Gregory. That is the polisher I just mentioned. It would have a lot of glare. What happens when you overspray Polysmooth at Pezlas and Grenier? We definitely have some products that we're really excited to market soon, now that we actually have more resources in the team. Blob. I see. So when you start seeing blobs is when you know that you've overdone the polishing or the Polysmooth sprays. Well, it takes longer to cure and dry. Oh, let me share that on the screen right now, Pezlas. Here's what the polisher looks like. It definitely looks like, I don't know. The best way I can describe what the polisher looks like is if I got abducted by aliens, this is what I feel they would spray me with to sanitize me. And it can be real sticky for a while. Oh, okay. Polisher with polisher tray. it would melt. So, okay, so what I'm getting is that although Polysmooth is a really cool process and really cool finish, it does take a little bit of work to get it to that stage. I see. It does look like a gas chamber for gerbils. Gerbils is very specific though. I have a little rock in my grow tent, and then I set my item in the tent and then mist my area and then zip it up and leave for a while. Fine mist. Okay, so it definitely has to be something like this. So I can't just use any willy-nilly spray bottle then, I see. But yes, chat, it is quite an investment. $279.99. Maybe this could be an upcoming campaign, though. I think this would be a really fun print to show off to the public. I suppose you could gas hamsters too if you must. Animal abuse at Polymaker? Is that what you're trying to insinuate, Tony Wright? I don't see any reviews yet on this polisher. You work for them, you get a discount, don't you? That's true. That is true. Polysmooth was one of the first Polymaker filaments Polymaker had in the Kickstarter. Nico is very proud of it. I do. If we look back at Polysmooth, speaking of Nico, front and center, there he is. Hello, Peekaboo. I'm sure they have one in the office that can be lent out. I'm pretty sure we do. We do have a lot of products in the office. For those who don't know, we're in the process of changing our filament room into an actual content creation studio. So definitely lots of good ideas coming in. I'm definitely interested about making videos for Polysmooth. I'm going to tell my new manager, my e-commerce manager, that we should base a campaign around that. Because I think this is really an underrated product also. Because when we talk about Polymaker filament, we always think of like PLA, right? Macro photos of before and after of prints made with Polysmooth. I think we do have cameras that could get pretty close for a macro shot. When we do our Polysmooth campaign, Pezliz, I'm going to be reaching out to you a lot to send me some pics. Of course, I'll credit you as well. You could probably use an airbrush to spray the alcohol. That's actually a really good idea. I have a pic or two of the Polymaker Teal Polysmooth on Pezli's Discord. Grenier, I'm going to reach out to you too when we eventually do this Polysmooth campaign. Well, sorry, chat. I didn't mean to go on and ramble about Polysmooth for 15 minutes based off of a comment someone left. That was actually really interesting to learn how the science works for Polysmooth. I think some of the newer Polymaker team members can attest to this. We have so many products going on that it's sometimes hard to just sit down and take time to learn all of our products. That, you know, having these live streams really helps me understand material science. Because although I know we have the Polymaker Wiki, which was created by our lovely Sean, and we have Polymaker Labs, most of the time I'm too busy to sit down and just look at it and go through the website. Although I did have to take a test made by Sean when I first started during our non-busy season, so that was really fun. But yeah, it's always really cool to hear from the public, our community, how knowledgeable they are about Polymaker. So thank you guys for educating me about my own company. The mister is way cheaper than a paint sprayer. Atomized alcohol. Please do, Pezliz. Not like print Misty Mountain, put it in a polisher. Oh, welcome. Just remember, spraying alcohol can be explosive, so be careful when you do it. Definitely do it in the office then. You could call that test the general test. That's true. 3D printing general. Shout out to Sean. And also, thank you guys for always tagging me in the Discord. I love seeing mentions every now and then. Oh, welcome, Tech Jeeper. For those who don't know, I believe the Polymaker group just had or some of the Polymaker community members just went to Canada or were in Canada, I believe Montreal, and they tagged me in the Canada chat. So I'm glad to see that some of these chats are actually still active. It looks like a fun community hangout, guys. I love Orange Julep. I go there every now and then when I go back to Canada to visit, and it's always a nice nostalgic thing to look at or to be at. For those who don't know what Orange Julep is, let me share my screen with you guys of Discord. Let's see. Oh, here you go, chat. So this is what our Discord is like in case we don't have members in this chat right now who are in the Discord. Lots of cool tabs, lots of cool communities to join. If you guys haven't yet, please do. It's very fun. Oh. Oh, good. A thunderstorm just rolled in. This might be... Let's go. Is that a drink you find in the mall? So Orange Julep is this huge dome, this orange sphere. Looks like it was printed with Polysmooth, chat. And they're kind of like, I don't want to say a deli. It's not a deli. They serve orange juice, so this is what they're famous for. But they also serve like hot dogs and burgers also. It's kind of a staple in Montreal. Yeah, lots of weirdos on our Discord. Lots of 3D printing weirdos. Yeah, if we look at some of the pictures, I can't believe you guys hauled your printers to Orange Julep and modded things outside. That's actually really cool. We have Orange Juliuses here that are like that. Oh, hello, Ergonaut. Welcome. Yeah, I think it's a perfect summer fix. That being said, I think this is extremely cool that you guys had a hangout. I see some maker chips right here. Pezlas, love your design as always. Look at all these people. Look at all these printers. Look at all these makers. Glad to see that the Canada maker community is live and well. Welcome, Tenshel. Welcome. Orange juice with skim milk. Chips. Chili dogs. They have had a few, making it a regular thing. Yeah, I would love if you guys have like maker hangouts like this. Please drop it in our Discord. Hot dogs and orange juice? Yuck, that sounds awful. Don't knock it till you try it. I'm copying Liz and doing something next month in mid-Michigan. Tech Jeeper, please send us pictures. We are all Abby normal in our own way. Very true. Oh, hello from Boston. Montreal is a cool place. Yeah. Oh, I have a new mention. Let's see what you guys... Ooh, Pezlas. Let's take a finer look. We still see a little bit of layer lines here. Is that normal, Pezlas? Now this is really cool. Was this printed with Polysmooth? We have clear Polysmooth? Let me check on our site. Oh, what the heck? We do have clear, guys. I can't get transparent filament that clear. Oh, okay. Let me share a different screen for you guys to show you the clear Polysmooth. See, guys, if I don't even know that we have this, I highly doubt the community or regular makers would know that we have this. So definitely some products that you guys are sharing to me that we definitely need to market more. Here is the transparent. Now this is pretty cool. Well, I hope, Tenshel, if you get the chance to try the transparent, it's wild in base made how clear it is. I think we had a vase made with Polysmooth shown at Rocky Mountain Rep Festival that either Bearded Printer or Pezlas gave to us to show off. So I lied, guys. I have seen this live in action. Confession time. Whenever I was sharing that vase, someone told me that it was Pet G, and so I went around telling quite a bit of people that it was transparent Pet G. So that was my bad. We do all the things on Pezlas' Discord and have all the stuff. I'll have to crash Pezlas' Discord Twitch stream every now and then. I saw YouTube where they alcohol sprayed the transparent and it cleared it up. Maybe this is what we should be marketing a lot more. It could have been Pet G. Unfortunately, chat, it was not Pet G. I was told afterwards it was definitely Polysmooth. And it was so sad because when I was telling people mistakenly that it was Pet G, I got so many comments saying how cool it was, and I feel terrible that I've decepted so many people. Yeah. I feel like one of my teammates told me it was that too, so I feel betrayed by them. Let me share you guys what Pezlas just shared again. All right, chat. This is how clear it can get. Now, this is pretty cool. I blame Joel. I do blame Joel. Next stream, everyone should just bully Joel. Prank on the newbie. That was a terrible prank if it was so, because I told like at least 15 people it was Pet G. And it was so cool seeing everyone's excited reaction just to find out it wasn't Pet G. Plug in Pezlas' stream. Who is Joel? I know you guys already bully Joel. Every time every time the word merchandise is mentioned, I feel like that just is like a field day for Attack Joel. They were just trying to dump excess clear Pet G inventory. Then when people don't get the same results, they say, "What did you do?" Oh, hello, welcome. The only correct way to spell color, Pezlas. But thank you, chat. You've given me a lot of cool ideas to market some new filament that not a lot of people know about. Oh, another cool clear one. Tech Jeeper, this is very cool. What is a Joel? Love the emotes. The sleeper has awakened. I feel like I am awesome will live in my head from now on. Whenever I sleep, it's the last thing I'll think of. Just because it's on our stream so much. She spells it that way because she wants you there. Need cool filaments. Well, okay, guys, I feel like I shouldn't have gone that much in depth about Polysmooth for 40 minutes. I'm so sorry, guys. I wanted to show you some other cool things. So let's get to that. Yes, for everyone in the Discord, please look at Pezlas' cool prints on the Off Topic channel. And if you haven't joined our Polymaker Discord, what are you doing? We got some pretty weird and cool people on there in the best way possible. It's okay. It's society's fault anyway. Visitors to the Polymaker Discord will understand. The Ice Cube one looked really cool, by the way, Tech Jeeper. Now let me share you guys some fumbles. So we talked about nozzle cloggage earlier. One of our teammates actually put this into the print fails chat earlier today, and I wanted to share this off with you guys. Now, how bad of a day do you think this person had just by looking at this? I bought some Clear Pet G when it was on sale. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it works as well as Polymaker's Pet G. My results with that brand are just average. Well, I hope you have a really good print with that, regardless of the brand. We will get Tiffany her own channel on the Polymaker Discord. Blob of death, yes, but I feel like this goes beyond blob of death. This would maybe make me quit printing for maybe 2 months. And I was complaining about tangled spools. This would actually make me crash out. Was this blob at work or at home? Home. Were they trying to hatch an alien? I feel like this and the combination of the poly dryer I showed off earlier would go great together. It looks like an alien experiment gone wrong. For sure. Now, cleaning this. I want to know, I've never experienced cloggage, knock on wood. Not sure what printer was. It does look like the Michelin Man. Forbidden popcorn. Yeah, so whenever like these cloggages happen, how do you guys clean the nozzle? Is the nozzle like just dead? Can you no longer use this nozzle? What is the process of cleaning this? Can you just yank it out? Oh, you have to heat it. To clear that out, a hair dryer and time. Ooh, so if I can't just let it dry and then yank it out, huh? Then it would wreck his day, but if it was at work, then just another day. Nope, it was at his home. Use a blower dryer or heat gun on low. When we did Rapid, we actually had our Polymaker's Confessions booth, and I know some of you guys tuned into that. One of the students said that he clogged his school's printer so bad that he did not tell anyone and left it a mystery for, I guess, his teachers to figure out. And they had to replace all the printers until that was his confession. He never revealed it until then. Oh, so you do have to replace the hot end. I would throw out the hot end. It's not even worth the time trying to save that. Why would it not be worth the time is what my question is. Would it be like just a goopy mess trying to save it? If you can still heat up the nozzle. If not, a soldering iron or a heat gun. It's one of the most asked questions in the printer groups. Dang, I have seen this issue come up quite a bit within my team. Chat, how does cloggage happen? Nozzles and on many new printers, the hot end are consumables. They should be replaced over time. Okay. Noted. What is the most appropriate time at Kit Skyfire to replace a hot end nozzle? Oh, user error. What does that mean, Pezliz? Is it just the settings that they effed up? It can take a fair bit of time and effort, and you might not succeed right away. Well, it's a good thing that I have not experienced this yet, and I pray this never happens. It only fails when you're in a hurry and need something soon. Either the nozzle is not properly tightened or something gets stuck in the nozzle and it is uncaught. It has to go somewhere so it starts shooting out the top of the nozzle. That makes sense. At J. Palmer. I always blame the designer when I get a clog. I rate the model 1 star, especially if it's bearded printer. Those dang flexies, bearded printer, causing nozzle cloggage. Yep, usually from people printing too hot. Bad bed adhesion, leaving the printer nozzle not seated. Oh, okay. Noted. So far, I have not come across that issue. I bet the thermistor is surrounded by filament. I keep spare hot ends, so if one gets too gross, I just throw it out. I've never had anything like that. Yeah, this definitely looks terrible. This bit right here. Well, with every fumble, there's always a bright side. It'll become memeable. All right, chat, help me come up with a caption for this fumble. I have had 3 blobs of near death, 1 on the A1 Mini every time, my fault. It can vary depending on the type of filaments you print with, but a good rule is when you notice a drop in print quality and have ruled out other factors, I guess that's when the Nozzle needs to be replaced. This is the best way to solve any printer fails. My bamboo never fails until Bearded Printer sets me up for failure with his work. Dang, it's Joel and Bearded Printer that you guys are just going after. Oh, good morning, Raffle Toast. Caption, thanks, Pesliz. No, no, no. 3, 2, 1, blast off. It looks like a rocket taking off. Okay, I've heard new marshmallow filament. Good options here. I would like some more captions, please. All printer failures are always the designer's fault. This is what the this one's actually kind of funny, Diablo's fun. This is what printer All right, chat, what do we think of this caption? Is it too long? The popcorn is ready. Real 3D printers never sleep. This one is also pretty funny. Have you tried leveling your bed? All right, chat. I'm going to let you guys decide for one more minute if this is a good caption or not. If not, give me tweaks. Give me tweaks. Bubble tea gone wrong. Forbidden boba. Forbidden boba is kind of funny. Just based off of this comment by Kit Skyfire. Bubble tea gone wrong. All right, we have votes for get rid of the blob. There's a sound clip of Zombie Hedgehog on the Discord of him saying, have you tried leveling your bed? So the OG Polymaker people will get it. There's so many good options here, chat. Maybe I could try it on different platforms. On X, maybe? Let's try, have you tried leveling your bed? Yeah, this is totally intentional, Tony, right? Who are you going to call? All right, chat, I think I'm going to go with this. Have you tried leveling your bed? I think a lot of our OG community members are on X and they'll get this. Should I? Willy Wonka is now 3D printing everlasting gobstoppers. Blobbusters is pretty funny too. I think I'm going to have this a community thing where you guys should drop in your best puns because you guys are giving me too many that I can't choose from because they're all too good. White boba pearls are ready. Tis art. I think tis art is pretty funny too. Should I change that? Can you share the STL? That's diabolical. No, I can't even read what Jay Palmer put and posted on the screen. But that is pretty funny. Make a thread on the Discord for us to caption. I feel like you guys would have a hoot with this on Discord. Should I do it on the off-topic channel, guys? Pearls of Despair. You guys are too good with these puns. Yeah, I'm not going to make the pun. I think I'm going to leave it to you guys to make the pun. Drop your best caption for this blob. I think that's what I'm gonna make it. That's too funny, guys. All right, dropped. This is so much fun. This would be a good one to get responses for sure. This one's so funny. This is not what is meant by clutching at pearls. All right, chat. Watch. Let's now move on to Discord. So I drop this in. Do people sing "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles" at some sport events in the US? I don't know if they do. Please answer, guys. You're not supposed to use spider eggs to print silk. That made my skin crawl. Ooh. Let's see. I think for this one, Pirates of the Printer, Curse of the White Pearls, Curse of the White Pearls, Pearls of Despair. I think I'm gonna put Forbidden Marshmallow. That one was pretty funny. New Marshmallow Filament is also pretty funny. I'm forever blowing bubbles. I think the funniest one was, can you share the STL file? All right, chat, dropping this in. You guys are too good with this. That is a good one. That one actually did make me chuckle out loud. You're right, Pezlas. I think the shorter is, the funnier it'll be. I'll have to let our team member know that it created quite a hoot on my stream, and hopefully on Discord too. Let's see if we got any replies yet. Someone on Twitter said, just hit print again and pray. All right, chat, let's post this on our Facebook now. I'm going to use what Pezlis sent in because that one was pretty funny. STL. Oh, Pezlis, did your stream start? I'm about to be late as one can be. Eastern. All right, I hope the general public has a hoot with that. All right, Luis Garcia also just posted something, so I'm going to take you with me to reply to some stuff. Never mind, he actually posted this on July 16th, but I'm still going to comment because this is pretty cool. But let me double check if I commented already. So he made this with Polymaker filament, and I think this is so cute. It's a little Zelda Pikachu. I need help getting a cleaner top surface pattern on a flat surface. Also, can I sand the top surface and somehow return the original finish with standard PLA? Can someone in the chat answer that for our lovely I am fan of delicious flavor? And let's put this on Reddit while we're at it too. Oh, wrong subreddit. Let's see if someone else posted something funny on X. Someone said probably stabbed the bag. Oh, we got 2 good answers. I hope the community has a good fun one with this one. We got some fun memes already. You're supposed to scream into your pillow, not eat it. This one got some fun responses on X too. Not this one. Where is it? Here it is. Let's see what are the comments. Probably stabbed the bag. That's the wrong type of cloud. Just a good learning experience on how to solve it with heat gun and pliers. This one's pretty funny. Oof, that's rough. 3D printing fail. Looks like the blob monster won this one. Would probably say just print again and pray. What even was this supposed to be? That is a good question. I actually don't know what he was trying to make. He got the first layer down though. That it was bearded printer. Maybe your suggestion, maybe you should leave a comment and say the best way to fix this is just to throw your printer on the ground and hope that it falls off. You know, a certain community member told me that that could be a solution to everything. Not supposed to use nanopolymer on your nozzles. You should show us a pic of what it was supposed to be. Let me ask my teammate what it was actually supposed to be. I know people are curious. Let's ask him. Whenever I get the answer, guys, I will post it on Discord for you guys to look at in the off-topic chat. Because I have no idea what he was trying to make with that. We will find out eventually when he sees my message. Actually, Joel commented, that's a weird looking model. Did you design it yourself or get it off of Thingiverse? Looks like the bottom layers or a raft or something. All right, guys, the answer, I want you to drop your guesses in. I got the answers. Well, we have some time. I want you to drop your guesses in on what it could be before I reveal to you what it actually was. I can't print shame him. He was gracious enough to even let me publicize this. It could be a giant mess. Yes, the STL file for that, a giant mess. I'm going to leave the guessing and replies on for a minute before I tell you guys what it's supposed to be, because it's pretty wild. I would have never guessed, even based off of the first layer, of what it was supposed to be. The original mantra, 3D printing sucks. Prime example. What does this person say? This is why you guys should open it properly. The good ones squeak when you chew on them. Is this speaking from experience? The slicer said no. That's another fun one. Let me screenshot some of the funny ones to send to him. You guys are too funny with these replies. I think he'd have a real hoot. Okay, guys, 1 minute has passed. So what he told me that this was supposed to be was a vase. A vase, chat. When Polymaker that one is actually too funny. Let me quickly send all these replies to Hello, Additive Adam. Vase mode gone wrong. I can see the essence of a vase, maybe. Just the essence. Someone said cheese curds. It does look pretty gnarly. Too many bottom layers, not enough walls. That's what happens when I tried printing with a matte filament in my new house, where the humidity is in the high of 60s. Oh, I think we've reached the time, chat. Luckily, our team member is a good sport about this because he's laughing at all the comments that you guys have put in. I'm actually going to post these on Twitter also. But thank you guys for joining the stream. I had a lot of fun yapping with you guys today as usual. I hope you guys had fun on this live stream as well. I can't wait to see you guys next week, and hopefully I'll start printing again. Maybe I will start printing with this orange one for the pochita. So hopefully I come back to you guys with the print next time. Thank you guys for joining the chat. You guys were very active today as well. I'll see you guys next week. I hope everyone has a blessed printing week. I hope no one blobs like this. And if you do, send it to me. I'd love to meme it. Bye, guys.